Hey everybody, Shay here for another chapter delve of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Volume 1 by creator Kayoharu Gotoge. Hard G on both of these, or is there a rule after OU where it's a J? I think J is just the J and the G is the Ga. That's where I'm going. Okay, so we're doing chapter 2 today. It's called The Stranger, and let's just get right into it. I think everyone who has already been here and watched some of these, you know that I analyze these based on a ratio system. 25% is Act 1, the next 50% Act 2, and the last 25% Act 3. And because of those signals, I'm able to sort of key into moments that I am trying to record as signals that are vital to the storytelling that's happening within the chapter. And these current chapters now, I believe they're about 20 pages each, close to that, 18 to 20 pages in any case. So that's basically every 5 pages or so, 4 or 5 pages. There's going to be a moment that I'm going to be looking for to see if it's a vital part of the story and if there's some sort of piece there that's going to carry through for the particular chapter. But then I also analyze based on the volume itself. Now, 60 pages up front like this pretty much puts most of Act 1, like I was talking about, into the first chapter. But I'm suspecting that we're going to get the Stranger's still going to be part of the Act 1, which is going to slide into the Act 2, which is the return by Dawn and the journal entries. So the Stranger, I think it's still about, well, it's a stranger. They're probably going to meet someone, speculation up front. They're going to meet someone that's going to help them then unlock or help Tenjiro to find out his destiny, maybe. I mean, I'm using destiny very loosely because of storytelling tradition, hero's journey, stuff like that. But his goal, anyways, his goal is, we know there's 2 main things. It's to cure his sister and it's to find the demon that slayed his family. Okay, so let's jump into it and see where things go. And I'll be looking at the art style too, and just kind of the flow of things. The dialogue balloons I talked about in chapter 1, which I do feel like make a big difference for me. First page right away, it's him in town. Now I'm assuming this is the town that he's used to going to, and so people know him. He's helped around the town. This feels like kind of that spot he could go to, and he always has the support of the town. I wonder if they're gonna develop that in some way. It feels vital because it really does show up front in chapter 1, like in these opening pages, that he really contributed to the townsfolk. It's not the town, but the townsfolk. He helped people out. He's a good person, you know. And so to see some of that come back, it might be interesting. It's kind of a subtle little thing that they could, you know, maybe play with and expand upon. But he's basically looking for a basket here. The basket has a hole in it. He doesn't care. He'll take it anyways, but he still wants to pay them. He's still, can I pay you? No, it's broken. Please let me pay. No, thank you. You can have the other stuff too. So he wants some bamboo as well. But I want to pay. We don't want it. What a stubborn kid. So they actually have to angrily tell him to just get away. Just take it. Go. Smack. Just take it. It's only a few coins anyways. Thank you very much. Everyone's so excited. Nezuko? Nezuko! She's gone. So it's for her. She's in a hole here. Pop. Oh, the sun. So there's a comment about just don't take her out in the sun, because I guess that's bad. That's bad for demons. There she is. Did she dig that hole? My sister is like a mole now. Her face is scrunched up. She must really not want the sunlight after her. Well, I guess that's the thing. So he gets a basket here. There's the hole. He's probably gonna, I don't know, fix it up or something. Ta-da! I guess it's fixed. Oh, he's got the reeds there, or whatever they're called, so he can fix it up. He's a handyman. Will you fit in here? I want us to travel during the day. I'll carry you. Doesn't really say anything. Get in. Here, the basket. It's talking to a dog now. Good girl. Good girl. You're too big. Only got her shoulders in there. Nezuko has grown up. I still think she's a little girl. Nezuko, you're as big as an adult. Can you reverse that and get smaller? Yup, that seems so. In she goes. Smaller. Nezuko, get smaller. So strange. In she goes. Yeah, she's in. Oh, good. That's perfect. Good girl, Nezuko. Good girl. Tap, tap, tap. It really is like a dog. To get to Mount Sagiri, you first have to cross that mountain. Here's the trial. Here's the journey. He's got to get to the mountain. Why? Oh, to get to the dude. To get to the man. The sun will set soon. So interesting callback. Some harmony happening here in the beginning of chapter 2, as there was in the beginning beginning of chapter 1, which is you have to get at it. Like the sun is setting, and you're never going to make it back in time. You know. And now it's the sun will set soon. Now we know that the condition here now is because it'll actually harm her, and you're going to carry that huge load. It's dangerous. Another callback there. harmony in the narrative there. I'll be careful. Thank you very much. I think he said that as well. So, I mean, I don't know if that's accidental or if Koyoharu is being intentional with this mirror repetition. It's all happening on the same page, though. So, I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. People really do disappear up here. So, don't get lost. Yeah, and now, as you're going to talk about demons so that we can... Well, you're with the demon now. That's the difference here. That's the flipperoo. There's a way station. There's a light on. Someone must be there. Let's go. I smell blood. Uh-oh. Oh, I mean, it really is a mirror pattern. Look at that spread, because it's now he actually gets to this place and he's confronting the demons that are taken out. This family? These mountain paths are dangerous. That traveler may be injured. This is why I say it's like, this is very much written for a younger audience. The way they're not only visually telling you this story, like you know where they're going, you know how they're moving, you know how they're getting, everything is very clear. I'm going to keep repeating that. But even in the way the dialogue works, they're on the nose. You know what I mean? It's like, this is that, and then it's this. I am here, and now this must be that. And they're really making it clear what the beats are that you need to understand as you go. Very simple storytelling. It's the flow you use when you're telling folklore, for example, as opposed to a novella or a short story that's a little bit meatier. It's more like a folk tale, you know? That's how they work. It's so-and-so went to the river, and then at the river they did this, and because of that, and they make it very clear, and in very few words, they just try to move you along. I grew up with folklore. I learned English because of folklore and myth and those kinds of books from the library and stuff. And so I can I key into that very quickly because it helped me. It helped me read. It helped me understand language. Anyway, so these mountain paths are dangerous. That traveler may be injured because he smells the blood. Well, he smells the blood, but he doesn't smell that there's like demons actually feasting. Like it's like fresh blood. Anyways, like it's a lot of blood. Are you all right? Clack, clack. And then he sees the demon. What? Hey, this is my territory. Get away from my feeding ground. So he detects his first demons. Let's see how he deals with this. A man-eating demon. Yeah, the thing that, you denied. Blap, blap. Oh, she's salivating because the blood. Something's wrong here. Are you two human? Uh-oh. What happened here? Oh, tackles through the wall. Hatchet smashed to the face there. A hatchet? Not bad. But a wound like this will heal in no time. See? The bleeding already stopped. Okay, so we're learning about the demon powers. A little bit of that exposition up front, sort of important. It's a bit of an Act 1 thing, but it's starting to key into an Act 2 thing. You're starting to get the rules of the world and how it works, how the demons fit into it. Okay, he's running. Okay, he takes a tackle. He's fast and incredibly strong. Oh, he's not speaking in freaky voices. Also, the font change there, that is a very good way of distinguishing character voice. Like who's speaking where and when, even though the balloons will change shape here based on maybe the intonation going on, but this very, very much makes it clear. But now what happens here is that he's speaking like this, and now he's speaking like this, and the tail is pointing towards the face in the panel that is talking. And so what happened to his voice here for this demon to now speak normally is what I would immediately start asking, because it's very strange. We know that this is Tanjiro here, even though it's got the I've seen this in My Hero Academia too, the spiky bubbles, which is it's this panic voice or this aggressive voice or very excitable voice here. But this one feels like it's almost like a dialogue box, because he's saying right now because he's getting choked. So this likely might be a dialogue box for this particular book. That's how they're interpreting or that's how they're visualizing dialogue balloons. That's what I'm taking away from this so far. But then this confuses me because the font changed and it's losing its consistency. I like consistency. Clarity. Otherwise, I ask, why is it speaking normally now as opposed to here? Because it's another signal that matters to storytelling. It doesn't make things terrible. I'm just saying it matters to storytelling, especially in a media like this. In she goes here with a kick. Did she just kick his head off? Yep, she did. Boom. Head. Gone. Topple. She just killed him. Well, he was a demon, so correct, sir. I mean, you're literally walked into a mass murder here. A blood frenzy, gorge here. Don't worry about what happened to the dude who was gorging on a family. Nezuko. Oh, it looks like she's going for him, but no. Tricked ya. Walk. Slams the body to the other side of the field. I can't believe it. It just moved with its head ripped off. Why you? See, now he's speaking with that font again, so I know it's here. So yeah, anyways, consistency, font. Anyways, I knew it. One of you is a demon. Something didn't seem right. Well, what are a demon and a human doing together? It's still talking. Thump, 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 thump. Freaking headless. This is what I was talking about this in the last episode. The horror in Japanese storytelling, in short stories and folklore. This is the kind of stuff I was talking about. And it's not like I haven't seen this before, you know? But there's something to it. I don't know if it's because of the design contributes something to this. There's just something that feels different. I mean, I've seen zombie movies, but no. I mean, Western zombie movies, generally, the head comes off zombie dead. Sort of, usually. I mean, usually. Is that Nezuko you're swinging at? I'm looking at the earring here, maybe. To signify there she thinks it's coming for her, or no? She dodges. Oh my god. Friggin' arms grow out of the head. That's what I'm talking about. It's not like I haven't seen strange things like this and other things, but the way it's done, for some reason, yeah, it's just a different sensibility. I don't know. Anyways, what the head grew arms. Get off of me. Something with the eyes, or is it a headbutt? Bonk. Yep. Bonk. I like how they do this too. They literally took 2 panels to do the bonk motion so that you really feel like the hands are grabbing him. And then, I don't know. Yeah, so it's Tanjiro who's doing the headbutt on the... I was going to say ghoul there now, the demon. This guy is tough. Well, he's probably panicking, man. Another headbutt. Another bonk. His head. Bang. Jeez Louise, it's hard. And then axe, hatchet, chonk onto the tree there. Nezuko! He pinned me to the tree with his hatchet. That was what I was talking about, right? The folklore, the written for a younger audience. Be clear. If the art's not clear and you miss it, well, it's telling you. The story's just going to just tell you, you know? Even though it kind of feels weird that it's kind of saying something that is happening, it's sort of redundant in comic storytelling because you're already getting the visual. The visual it's the show don't tell. I sort of don't mind it because this feels like a folklore to me. And so I'm in that headspace of reading this like a folklore that, okay, it's getting a little dark and creepy for maybe a young kid. But shonen is right there. I mean, for young males, right? This feels right to me. Like a 13-year-old would, love to read through this. And yeah. Okay, so moving on. So his hair is tangled up on the haft, and I grew these hands too short, so I can't get a grip. Thinking, so it's not a caption box. They're just kind of I've noticed this in manga. It'll just use floating text, but different font. So I know this font because now we just passed a page here where talk about some of the technique stuff here and just compare it to, what I'm used to. But we have this right here, which I don't think it's him saying it out loud. So Tanjiro, he's speaking this in like those boxes. I've seen him use square boxes, rectangular boxes to speak an inner monologue sort of thing. And now we have here, not a caption box, but it is sort of squarish. And I don't think he's saying this out loud. It's not a balloon. So I think he's thinking this. He's thinking my hair is tangled. So he's not saying it out loud because then he's going to give that away probably. But in any case, the font represents the character. You can have Tanjiro also having internal monologue now. I wouldn't be lost at all. And even as I said that, his head, his heart. Oh, I was going to say that's Tanjiro is saying his head, its heart. That's how I read it the first time around. But no, that font is the demon's. So the demon is saying his head is hard. So Tanjiro's head is hard. And then that makes me ask the question, how did Tanjiro get his head so hard? Like, what the hell? Because that's the demon talking. This guy is tough. Yeah, that's the demon. Okay, so that's clarity. Moving on. So he's running for... this the headless body is now fighting Nezuko. And then he charges the headless body because now the head with the arms is presumably stuck. Oh, that's a cliff edge. Dang. Okay, so she saves the brother. I love that. She is aware enough to help the brother. They are a duo here. That's it's very fun. So the body just absolutely decimated off that cliff. That could have been him. I don't know how you're stuck there. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. You grew the arms, grow like another elbow or something, and bend the arm a different way so that you can free yourself. What's going on here? We got he pulled out a knife here, I guess. Wow, how many demons are there? Wait, how many demons were there? This is just the one demon was in this area. Yeah, everything else is dead. It was just gorging. He smells different than the one that was at my home. Caption box, inner monologue, different demon. But if I don't kill him, he'll attack more people. So I have to do this. Who? Okay. You can't kill it with that. Do it. Like he's saying do it. He's saying do it to himself. I'm like, do it. Do it. It doesn't hurt anyone else. Something what comes out of nowhere. You can't kill it with that. Oh, this guy. Cliffhanger. Okay, fine. Do that. Look at that though. So we have a masked new character coming in here. I guess that's the demon right there, the Freakazoid. And that's our dude. Cool. So we're going to get introduced to a new character there. So now we have potentially a character who's going to join Tanjiro on that journey, on that kickoff of Act 2. Generally, there's an ally that gets pulled in, and then that ally helps the protagonist go through the journey, the quest, the series of events. Usually there's 3 of them. Usually there's 3. I'm going to try to count them out now. We're cutting into Act 2 there for sure, but it feels like this is where it does kick off here, because we do have another companion. It's not just him and Nezuko, and we'll see what happens to the demon. I'm suspecting this demon doesn't stand much of a chance. There's also exposition, so if I were to speculate before flipping the page, we have this guy saying you can't kill it with that. So now we're going to get some of that. The rules. The rule building is an early Act 2 scenario. It's the exposition part of it where it gets dropped down so that we as readers, we understand what those rules are, but it's usually done via a device of a character that's teaching the protagonist something, but they're actually teaching us, the reader or the audience, if it's a movie or whatever the case might be, or a video game when we're playing. Act 2 will kick off. Here's the rules. So we're going to get that. I think that's going to be what the Return by Dawn is. It's going to be some early testing of Tanjiro, I think, by whoever this is, which I'm assuming is a demon slayer. And we're going to start meeting some demon slayers on the journey of Tanjiro becoming a demon slayer. I'm also remembering names way easier in this manga than I was in My Hero Academia. I think the stress of just so many characters in My Hero Academia made it very difficult, and also me just coming to the language fresh, maybe it just intimidated me and froze me a couple times. Tanjiro, Nezuko. Easy. 2 characters, I'm good to go, and they're already in there subconsciously. They're coming out straight, unless I'm saying the name wrong. I hope I'm not saying, yeah, Nezuko. Anyways, is that an E? Yeah. As you can see by the time of this video, after I get through cutting things out, this is probably going to be under 20 minutes again. And these just go quicker. They're a much lighter read than the My Hero Academia. I hate to keep comparing it, but that's literally the only thing I can compare to right now. The more a series I start to read, and it makes it easier for me to refer to other things. But me referring to My Hero Academia, at least people can go back and see those videos as well and see what I mean when I'm kind of doing those comparisons. Because as I get through one, I'm picking up a lot of the pieces I need to just be a reader of manga. It actually does take you some assimilation. It does. I've read in a comment I was saying, like, I've read thousands of comic books. When I say thousands, I mean possibly tens of thousands at this point in the Western, like in my life, between trades and single issues and stuff like that. I'm talking like well over 10,000, possibly over 20,000 single issues at this point in my life. And beyond that, I've had to learn how to do lettering because I've scripted comics and I've worked with letters, professional letters, who kind of help me understand how to script for comic books so that you're not writing things that make it very complicated to follow along when the letterer has to get in there and letter things. And so I that's part of the experience of now I'm like looking at letter. I never thought I would. But between, a page like this where it's a lot of inner monologue, this is very Western in the sense that caption boxes are square and they're generally the inner monologue of a character. Sometimes you'll see the thought balloons, but that's generally going away. In the modern comic era, thought balloons aren't really used. That's something maybe like early 90s and before that, but it's all moved into this caption system here. So that's kind of interesting, but then they also do the ones with the floating text, and that's fine. That feels good. We have stuff like this. Not Nezuko. I mean, it's a different colored box, different feeling. So just little rules like that. And I think, like, there you go. There's a thought balloon right there. So manga will use the thought balloon. There's a thought balloon right there. And they're switching between, thought balloon versus caption box. There's like reasons why that difference would happen. Like this is more of not an active inner monologue thinking, because he's going to sleep, so it's kind of like thinking, but it is actually hard to explain. As when you see them as thought bubbles, it's an active inner thought as opposed to a passive inner thought. Not that he's not thinking this right now, but from a reading perspective, this is more happening on top of the scene that's happening. This is the scene that's happening, and so there's little subtle things like that are part of the technique of knowing how to do lettering work. So little things like that are cool. Here's some bubbles here as well, thinking about his sister, and it's very active. And we got the spiky bubbles when they're angry. And I just like to assess that now. I'm kind of getting into like figuring out what manga does differently, and then trying to see if is it a manga thing or is it a creator thing. Like, creators have their own ways of expressing themselves via the dialogue that they put into the art, because it's art. But then also, like, I feel like more than in Western comics, these balloons and just the words, like we've seen with the words popping up, like dash, snatch, you know, like, it's very much more manga. Like, it's everywhere, right? Like, just all of these different sounds and kind of impacts here. It's not that these don't exist in Western comics, but it's just done in a like whip. Like, it's just done in a much more integrated fashion here. Like, it's everywhere. It's part of the art. You know, it's part of the page layout, even, I would say. And so that's kind of cool to look at. It's very, yeah, it's just interesting to analyze that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just interesting to see if it's going to be like every series I read, it's going to have its own little rules, you know? For example, this is the first time I saw this font change, which is something that's very much a Western comic thing. And so it does feel like it depends on the creator and how they want to approach. It's their art. Like, they're the mangaka. This is their art, right? They can write it the way they want, they can draw it the way they want, and they can letter it the way they want. Now, I don't know if his assistants are the ones lettering, but I'm sure the mangaka directs them. So it's a work of art. Manga for me feels more like a cohesive work of art by the creator itself than Western comic books, which is a group collaboration, and sometimes those pieces don't even really interact with each other. They see something, they do it, and it's their own voice kind of gets into it. And sometimes those don't sync. Things don't get caught. They're not consistent enough. This feels consistent to me. The art's going to be consistent. The writing's going to be consistent. You're going to grow with this book. I'm kind of derailing at the end of this because these videos are so short. So I'm kind of turning this into a vlog near the end. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like right now, this early in, that when I read a series like this, I'm 2 chapters in, right? But I have 19 volumes, and I feel like they're going to do things maybe a little differently. Like, things are going to twist. Like, you're going to evolve with the story and the creator of this series, and it feels way more personal. It's a personal investment. You're on this journey not just to see what these main characters are going through, but you're on the journey with the mangaka as well, because this whole thing is wow, don't slip too far. Yeah, it just feels like a more cohesive experience overall, and I'm really loving that part of this. I'm not gonna, like, I don't know how else to express it. I'm gonna end up repeating myself and going in circles. Anyways, that's it for this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and share it, of course, with the communities you're in. Help other people find this channel and help it grow, and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the other videos on this channel. There's other things coming, of course, along the way. I'm really starting to expand now that these are getting quicker, especially like this particular volume is getting quicker, so that's kind of a good sign, because it means I can clip through these a little bit faster, and it's yeah, no stress. Casual uploading, casual watching. Just enjoy your time here. I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.